Hello, Cancer. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 19th to the 25th. This is for Cancer, Sun, and Rising. And if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Cancer. I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your readings. Now, Cancer, this is a big week. First of all, happy birthday! Happy birthday, Cancer! We're moving into Cancer season. I want you to get really excited because we're kicking this week off with a bang. Huge. Now, if you've seen my past readings, I've been talking about this Jupiter Saturn sextile. It is huge. It's on the 19th, okay? Now, it really is it's such a great, it's a rare aspect, first of all, and it's a great aspect, okay? Sextiles are just very supportive, okay? So Jupiter, the planet of good luck, good fortune, prosperity, and Saturn, which is, it's the tough love planet, but it's like bringing stability into your life, right? So it's a really a big week of breakthroughs, to be honest. And so I've asked you to think about what happened for you back in December, around December 2020. All right. So things that you're working on around that time could surface now. It could be a big payoff for things that you've been, working on, things that you've really dedicated your life to. Think about where that falls in your, in your life, what you've really invested into. We had a couple Jupiter Saturn conjunctions in that year that were, everything is just linked, right? So it's happening. This Jupiter Saturn sextile, it's really, again, a supportive angle, and it's a great placement. What's happening for what right now, okay? Because it's earth and water, right? Which is very harmonious. But then you have to think about Saturn. Saturn moved into Pisces in March. Jupiter is exalted in Pisces. So it's a beautiful, wonderful placement. And again, it really is all about breakthroughs, your passions. Now, Jupiter is in Taurus. So that's your 11th house. And so this entire year is going to be a big, your social network is just going to expand, okay? Organizations you belong to, groups you belong to, you can even consider like your LinkedIn community, if you're here for work, colleagues, things like that, okay? There's going to be major expansion, a lot of good luck and fortune in that area. The 11th house also rules your hopes and wishes. So when you think about, ancient astrology, right? It's the people that that help become like a catalyst for your hopes and wishes. So really take advantage of that. Really, really be social. I've been asking y'all to be social all month long with Mars and Leo and Venus and Leo. Oh my goodness. It's a time to be social. It's a month of, self-expression, creativity, love, romance, passion, all of that. And especially with Jupiter, the planet of good luck, in your social network, you could be expanding it, okay? You could be meeting a lot of new people right now. You're not going to meet anyone, sitting at home, like binge watching Love is Blind. So go out there, be social. And like I said, I think I said in my last reading, Cancer, y'all rule the 4th house. Like y'all have that phrase, home is where the heart is. Like that's why Cancers are known to, really take care of home, and home is like a big thing for y'all. So if you're not like a social person that likes to go out to the bars or go out to like bingo night or whatever it is, bring it to your house. Have some fun little get-togethers at your place, okay? But again, it's a really big time spiritually as well for y'all, because remember, Saturn in Pisces is in your 9th house of spirituality. Also, higher education, okay? Higher education, some of y'all could be learning new things, maybe even going back to school to learn new things, or even taking courses online, or just like yourself, just personally learning new things that you've always wanted to learn about. Like, you have time now, okay? The 9th house also rules publishing and long distance travel. So really, if you're working on a book, you bet, Hey, breakthroughs. Remember, keyword. And if you love traveling, hey, there's definitely going to be, especially when it comes to work. Some of y'all may be getting jobs, or even just going on, maybe like you go on a cruise with a bunch of friends, all right, to Antarctica or somewhere. But it really is a great week. Now, the biggest thing is the this week. Other than that, is the 21st. Is the summer solstice in the northern hemisphere, winter in the southern. But it is the longest day of the year, so take advantage of that because Mercury is going to be sextiling Mars. That is amazing. I mean, when I talk about like breakthrough energy, that's like nothing can stop you now energy. I absolutely love that, especially when it comes to like self-value, self-worth. Like you're gonna have like moments of clarity around that, I hope you do, especially because we're in Cancer season. We're that's your first house, that's identity, and I absolutely love that for you. And some of y'all are actually going to find have moments of big conversations, maybe signing contracts to get more money, to increase your salary, because not only is Mars and Venus in Leo, which is your second house of income and salary and finances, the finance house, right? It's the moon is also going to be in Leo all week long. All right, so we have a lot of activity there. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you, Cancer, for the week of June 19th to the 25th. I absolutely love this week. The one thing I know a lot of people have requested for me to leave the luckiest day of the week. It would be the 19th. It would be the 19th, and then the second would be the 21st. Those are two really great days. One day that you should avoid to on the 25th, Mercury is going to square Neptune. So just that day, just try not to say things that you would regret. Try not to you could even, think more about like that spiritual aspect, okay? In terms of you, in terms of whether it's self-love, whether it's, being a lot more, tapping more into your intuition. That's very natural for you. Y'all are very intuitive. So, I mean, it's really more about that. I would spend more time doing that, but it really is, it's a big week. I'm not going to lie. It's a very big week, especially with that Jupiter, Saturn, sextile. And remember, that's just a date. Okay, the energy it's lasting pretty much an entire week. So Cancer, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you for June 19th to the 25th. Again, this is for Cancer Sun and Rising, and if you want to read for your Moon, your Venus, you're absolutely welcome to if you know your birth chart. And that's it. Let's go ahead. Let's get started, Cancer. I'm very excited to see what's going on for you. Cancer, like I said earlier, I do a traditional culture cross spread. Really gives the best overview, in my opinion. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Cancer, I love y'all. Y'all are amazing. Thanks so much for being here. Happy birthday. I love my Cancers. Y'all are amazing. Looking at your spread, when I say this is going to be a big week, this is going to be a really big week. This is going to be a big week. Okay. I hope you see what's happening here. This is going to be a big week. You see that you got all major arcanas and court cards other than the Seven of Wands, and we're going to talk about that later, but this is just going to be a very significant week, okay? I'm already getting the energy that this is going to be one of those weeks where you're going to look back to at some point in the future and be like, that's when everything started changing for me. This is a big week of transformation for you. Let's go ahead and get started. You did get the King of Swords. What I love about this is that the King of Swords came in your past. Now, this is all about power and authority, especially in communicating and even like mentally, right? The swords are the mental suit. And so it's all about communication. It's all about logic. It's all about intellect. It's having all that power. He is the most like strategic, the smartest king, right? He's also quite intimidating. He's the only king that looks directly at you, okay? He looks directly at you. He has nothing to hide. He's faced all his truths. He's honest with himself. And no one can hide anything from this king. I always say, this is the king. If you lived in the medieval times, you were summoned by the king. This is the king that would make your knees shake. Okay, that's how much power he has. Look at his sword tilted, ready to take action. Now, what I love about this is that it came in your past, so you're coming into a lot more power. Okay, especially up here in terms of decision making and knowing yourself, but also this card. All the kings are fixed. Swords are air. He's Aquarius, okay? This king is Aquarius. Now, we know Pluto moved into Aquarius in your 8th house of death and rebirth and transformation. So, a lot of y'all are, especially when you think about the fact that we're coming out of that new moon in Gemini that just happened in your 12th house, okay? This is absolutely amazing. It's like a lot of y'all paid attention to dreams. A lot of y'all were getting spiritual downloads. A lot of y'all were just you were just getting messages, or even it was coming from within, trusting your intuition, really having clarity moving forward. Remember, that last week was really all about clarity, okay? Now, look what you got in the heart of your spread. You got the Knight of Cups. Hello. Cancer, this is absolutely amazing, okay? I love the Knight of Cups. We all love the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, first things first, he's Pisces. And so really, really just what's going on is absolutely amazing, because remember I said Saturn is in Pisces in your 9th house of spirituality, okay, and higher education and higher mind as well. But Knight of Cups, he is the Mr. romantic, the knight in shining armor. And think about Pisces, just very imaginative, just like very he's so into the arts, he's so into all these beauty and all of that, right? But this is a knight who he wants to fill his cup, okay? Now, what's really interesting here, it's working both ways for y'all. He wants to fill his cup, but he also, you see him extending the cup. He wants to share it too. And so this is really great, because this is all about, knights are active, by the way. So this is all about being active in terms of things that are going to fulfill you emotionally, whether that's bringing someone into your life, looking for that person, or someone coming into your life right now, okay? There's a lot of activity that's happening with, in your social network. So it can be platonic as well, but this is just you wanting to be fulfilled emotionally, and you are going to find, and it's really a lot of creative energy here too, a lot of creativity. You see the wings of Hermes on his helmet, the wings of imagination on his shoes as well. But also, look at his armor with all the fish, okay? Fish with they're representing creativity, imagination, but they're red, so a lot of passion as well. I absolutely love this for you this week. Some of y'all will be pursuing new things. You have that clarity, okay? And some of y'all have started new things, and this is the week where you're just really moving toward it and really just wanting to feel that love and because cups that's what it is. It's love, it's feelings, it's even wonderment, right? Emotions. I absolutely love this for you. Some of y'all are moving into a place of really discovering yourself and loving yourself a lot more, okay? And also just extending it to other people. There is quite possibly, looking at your entire stuff here, that you could have met someone, all right? You could have met someone recently, and if you haven't, you will, all right? You will. You got to put that energy out there. Remember, I said, if you're binge watching Love is Blind, that's not, not going to happen, but you've got to, take action. Remember, nights are active, so it's about taking that action, but whether it's something you're exploring creatively, am I saying it creatively? Who am I? Who says that? Or whether it's love related, whether it's romance related, you're in a good place. You're in a good place. Now, I want you to feel it, okay? It's one thing to want to pursue these things and pursuing these things, but put all your heart toward it, okay? Put all your heart toward it and know that these things can happen for you, all right? The reason I say that is because you got strength, but in your challenge area, all right? So this card is actually ruled by Leo, all right? And remember what I said, Mars, Venus, and the moon in Leo all week long, all right? The moon's in Leo until Friday, but even still, hey, this is really interesting because remember, I said that is the second house. It's, self-worth, self-value. So know that you're good enough and know that you can get whatever you want as long as you take action. You have to have that inner courage. You have to have a lot of heart too. You have to have a lot of heart. I talk about that all the time too with the strength card. This is all about that inner courage. All right, all about that inner courage and that strength that you find within yourself. You see the symbol of infinity over her head. There's only 2 cards in all the tarot that have that. All right, so that inner courage is so significant because it brings that unlimited potential and limitless possibilities, right? With that strength, with that inner courage. And the reason why I'm harping on that is because what I said earlier about having that heart is because let's courage, right? We take it back, take it all the way back to its etymological root, Latin. Courage meant core, K-O-R, all right? Core translated to heart. All that courage comes from your heart, okay? Corazon, right? In Spanish, heart. So it really is that heart that brings you courage. So know that you're good enough and love yourself enough to know that all of these things are possible. And don't doubt yourself at this point. We have Mars and Venus and Leo. Don't doubt do not. It's a time to be confident. It's a time to be confident. A lot of y'all are feeling it. A lot of y'all are feeling it. This is just a reminder, okay? Just a gentle reminder. Your heart, okay? Really feel it. Now, hey, 7 of Wands. You got the 7 of Wands in your crown. And so this is really great because it's indicating to me right now that these great things are happening for you. Great things are happening for you, especially when you think about last week. I think that your reading was like really deep. It was very like really, really like deep, okay? But there was a lot of things were happening for you, and a lot of y'all were moving into this place. Now, look at this with the King of Swords and the Knight of Cups here, with the 7 of Wands above them, right, in your crown. This is very interesting because it's saying that a lot of y'all have come into this new place in your life, okay? And I want you to ask yourself, how does that resonate with you? New in terms of your physical world, new in terms of spiritually, emotionally, you've come into this place where you've accepted some things and forgiven other people and forgiven yourself, or even mentally. But even still, the 7 of Wands, this is all indicating to me that there has been this success in some areas of your life, and or maybe even all areas of your life. And now it's like really having that valor. Okay, this card is all about valor, by the way. Standing your ground, drawing a line in the sand. No, I know what I want. I'm going after my passions. Things are good for me right now. I'm in pursuant things of the things that are going to fulfill me emotionally. Things are happening for me. My imagination's going wild. My creativity's going wild. I'm writing that book. Nothing's going to stop me now. I'm, everything that you are moving toward, that's going to fill your cup, to fill you emotionally. Not letting anyone take anything away from you. This is indicating that there's been some success. So I absolutely love that for you. I really love that for you. And you did get the Knight of Wands here. So this is very interesting. Okay, so passions is a big thing for you this week, especially with the 7 of Wands in your crown. And now you have the Knight of Wands. Okay, you have the Knight of Wands as well in the root of your spread. And so all you want to do is go after your passions. All you want to do is... The Knight of Wands is very fiery, by the way. Very, very fiery. I love the Knight of Wands. The fact that he came up in your spread is really significant. First, he's ruled by Sagittarius, okay? And this is double fire. So Knights are fire, wands are fire. So this is your second night, okay? The thing about why this is significant is because that full moon in Sagittarius that we had in the beginning of the month was really significant. It was really powerful, and some of y'all still could be feeling it. And it could have had a profound impact on y'all around that time, around June 3rd. There could have been this moment of clarity. There could have been something that you decided to pursue, and then especially also just right after we had that new moon in Gemini. Okay, so that was also just, you know, a lot of new beginnings, right? So Knight of Wands, really just going after your passions. Nothing can stop me now energy. That's what this week is. Remember, I said this is a week of breakthroughs. This is a week where it's just like pursuing your passions, being romantic, being creative, being expressive. So do you, Cancer, do you. This is the week to do it. Don't let anything, and know that you can. Have that confidence. Know that you can, and nothing can stop you now. Like, it really is truly important. Just open your heart a little more if you feel like not confident, or if you feel that you are doubting yourself, or whatever. You are absolutely fine, okay? Because, and I know you saw this, you got death in your future. Hello, this is really big. This is really big. I absolutely love this for you. So I know this is one of the most misunderstood cards. A lot of people think that this is a terrible card. It's actually one of the best cards in the deck. It's in my top three, and you know, you may hear, you know, any other tarot readers, you know, the professional tarot readers, that this is like their favorite card. This is just indicating you're moving into this next cycle. When I say new beginnings, this is a week of breakthroughs. There you go. There's your affirmation. There is your affirmation. This is, you can see so much happening in this card. There's so much happening, but you see the sun coming out on the horizon, right? You see the sun coming out. We're moving toward the sun now. Sun, vitality, growth. It's also, hey, you see that the man on the horse is skeleton. And he's fully protected, though. He's wearing all that armor. And the white rose, the white horse, purity. Now, the reason why he's a skeleton, what out of our body endures the longest? It's a skeleton, it's our bones. So you're setting yourself up for this really transformative experience, life-changing, I'm not gonna lie, okay? Moving into this next chapter, this next cycle, this next era in your life. All right, that's how significant the death card is. It's absolutely amazing. And what I want you to know, what's really interesting, is that when you think about June 21st, that is the day that the sun moves into Cancer. That is the day of the solstice, right? That is the longest day of the year, but it's also the 172nd day of the year. The 172nd day of the Gregorian calendar. If you're into numerology, you know that's 10. 10 is the end. What comes after the end? A new beginning. 10, 10 equals 1. New beginning. This is a big week for you. Now, the one other thing I'm going to point out, Cancer, that's going to blow your mind. And this happened for another sign last week. I love it when this happens. Hey! They're basically the same card. Look at that, right? So, they're essentially moving into this place that they just both want to have this change in their life. Okay? That's all they want. Him looking to have his cup filled, right? And the big message coming through is to share that experience with other people, whether it is with friends, whether it is with your loved ones, whether it is finding new love, okay? But also a lot of that creative energy, your passions as well. But this, obviously, Major Arcana, a trump card, a lot more significant. This is life change, okay? But they're both in pursuit of it. This is a big week for you, Cancer, and I'm very excited for you. I'm very, very, absolutely 1000% excited for you. Remember, Jupiter sextiling Saturn. This is a big week. Now, let's get to your stuff, Cancer. If you like this reading, by the way, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. If you are, I love hearing from y'all. And if you're not a commenter, I love emojis. They always make me smile. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. You really make my day. And I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So I am very grateful and I am very appreciative. And the last thing I'm going to say, because I get so many comments, Ruby, my dog, is not with me normally during the summers. It's just too hot, so she's on the floor right here. Okay, so she may not appear, but some days she'll join. But she loves you all too. Now, Cancer. Wow. You would think that I'm crying because I'm rubbing at my eyes, but that's actually how I'm feeling inside. This is huge. This is absolutely huge. If you are a I can't even say that. I can't even talk anymore. This is what happens when I just get so like with the cards, with the spread. If you are a subscriber, you would know that I try to avoid using the term life changing because it's so dramatic, but this is a life changing spread. You got the Ten of Pentacles. Hello. Hello, Cancer. This, when you think about the Tree of Life, 10, right? We've come into our physical realm, right? This is, this is all about prosperity. This is I call it the you made it card, okay? This is your kingdom come. You see that it's raining pentacles in the form of the Tree of Life, okay? You also see the 3 generations of family at play here, so a lot of family energy. But remember what I was talking about, cycles, how you're moving into this new cycle. You see, I'm going to point something out here. You see the old man who's the hermit, right? And then the young couple. You see the little child in the corner. You see the little child holding the dog's tail, and then the old man petting the dog. It's that cycle. The other thing I'm going to point out, especially because on the 21st, remember what I said, the 172nd day of the year, 10. But then I'm going to point something out to you that I rarely point out, but sometimes when I know I have to, I will. You see the checkered wall in the background here? The only checkered wall in all of tarot. That indicates another dimension, okay? And so when you think about super string theory, there are 10 dimensions, right? It's like you're moving into this. This is significant, okay? This is a lot of legacy energy. This is a lot of family energy. This is, again, like that you made a card. Look at all that abundance. Look how big their castle is. Like, this is great. This is absolutely amazing. I'm very, very excited for you. And you can have it all. You can have it all. You can have it all. You just need to believe you can. Okay? It's that heart. All right? You're going to make me start crying, Cancer. Don't do that. Please don't do that. All right. Now, speaking of heart, look. You're honestly going to make... Okay. I'm going to get through this without crying. You got the 2 of Cups. Now, as you know, well, maybe you don't know, that's why I'm here to tell you, this card is actually ruled by Cancer, okay? This is the card of true love. This is the card of, it's the soulmate card, in layman's terms, it's the twin flame card. This is the card of 2 becoming 1. You can see the caduceus between them, the 2 serpents around the rod. It's an very old alchemical symbol. It really does represent... and it's so old that we find them in cave drawings. That's how old it is. And it's endured the test of time, like their love. And so if you're into yoga, you would know that's like the Kundalini, right? From the base of your spine going up all 7 chakras, right? To divineness, to divinity, and it's this merging of two people, right? It's so beautiful. And so this came up in your external factors area, right next to death, right next to the, look at this, look at where they're moving into, they're moving toward. Isn't that amazing? So one other thing I'm going to say, so it's clear as day here that there's a lot of y'all who are taking your relationships to the next level. A lot of y'all who are looking for relationships, and it's going to happen if you don't binge watch Love Is Blind. And and some of y'all who are entering new relationships and will find your soulmate, or will know someone's your soulmate. I want you to know that this is also, even though this is that card, it's also, it can be platonic. Having a really great relationship, meeting a new friend, or, growing your relationship with a friend in a big way. Okay, remember, Jupiter is in your 11th house, right? It can also be self-love. All right, that transformation. Remember, last week's reading was very deep, and so this is really like that transformation, especially when you think about everything that's been happening. That new moon in Gemini that was in your 12th house, Saturn in Pisces that's in your 9th house, right, of spirituality, and then Mars and Venus and the moon in Leo in your 2nd house is self-value, self-worth. So a lot of y'all, this will be like spiritually, and it's that self-love, right? That's the message. It's spread self-love. For many of y'all, that's going to resonate. Okay, this is this is a very rare, I'm not going to lie, this is a rare spread. It's a rare spread. You got the Knight of Cups, the Death card, and the Two of Cups right next. I mean, it's like this new, it's like you're entering a definitely like this next chapter, this is the week that you're gonna remember how I said earlier, some of y'all are going to look back and you're going to be like, this is the week where it all started, where it all began. I want you to remember that. And that's how big your reading is. You also got the Three of Cups. So, this is a card of joy. It's a card of celebration. This is, I mean, come on. You see the three sisters here toasting, dancing. This is what y'all want. A lot of y'all want that. You just want this moment to just celebrate. And if it's not something like an actual celebration in terms of you getting a promotion or you getting a new job or you getting married or, those moments that you celebrate, it can just be celebrating life. It can just be getting together with your family, getting together with your friends, and just being in that place where you just realize life is so good. Life is on my side. It feels so good to be alive. This is what your reading is. And lastly, you got the moon in your final outcome. So this is very interesting. This is very interesting because remember, you got strength in your challenge area. Now you got the moon. So the moon, this is a card. A lot of anxiety and distress is associated with this card. And it's ruled by Pisces. So what's really interesting, the fact that this came up in your final outcome, is that so this card is ruled by Pisces, but we're coming after that new moon in Gemini, okay? That was in your 12th house. And so also we're coming out of Gemini season, right? Now, the 3rd house, actually, Gemini is the native ruler of the 3rd house, and the 3rd house does rule like the nervous system. And so some of y'all could have felt a little bit of that, the past few weeks, even over the weekend. The moon right here. This, in astrology, the moon, you rule the moon, right? So this is just very significant. It's coming up in your final outcome. There is, for this card, a lot of like anxiety and distress associated with this card. If you think about the moon, let's trace that back, okay? The etymological root of the moon, right? Luna, goddess of the moon. That's why we have lunar phases and whatnot. But if you fast forward a bit to Middle English, it's lunacy. So we get a little like during the especially like a full moon, right? It affects everything. It affects us. It affects our emotions. Affects our animals. Affects ocean tides. And so it really does have that kind of impact, right? But think of you as that little crayfish there. You gotta go through those towers. You gotta get back to that ocean. And so it's all about facing your fears at this point. It's all about facing your fears and facing anything where you don't feel stressed about anything. You have absolutely nothing to be stressed about. The only thing that, in fact, the only thing, like, everything is so good for you here. This is going to be a fantastic week. The only thing that could get in the way would be yourself. All right. So this is all about facing your fears. And if you do feel that things are a little bit emotional this week, in a way where it may be a little challenging, like again, like maybe anxiety or maybe a little bit of stress, that's fine. We're all human beings. We're built as human beings. There's a reason why we're not robots, right? We have a capacity to feel. It's okay to feel those things. We're all human, but just don't be stuck there, okay? Remember, your mission is to get across, and you're going to pass the dog and the wolf, okay? The dog and the wolf are here to remind you that these emotional experiences help you evolve, okay? So, that said, we'll even clarify it. Yeah, and there you go. You got the Knight of Pentacles. This is Cancer. I'm going to go on record saying this is your most significant, this is, okay. You know what? When I can't, like, I talk. When I can't talk, it's a big thing, okay? When you catch me speechless, it's a good thing. I'm going to show you something here. You got 3 knights. Remember, knights are active. Your last one, the Knight of Pentacles. Hello. Absolutely amazing. This is once you can come to terms with, if you don't have any fears, if you don't have any stress, if you can get through that, if you can get through to the ocean and face any fears that you have nothing to fear. Remember, the only thing that would be holding you back would be yourself. Finding that inner courage and having that heart. Now you got the Knight of Pentacles, which is all about long-term commitment energy. That's what this is. This knight, he likes to sow his seeds, reap his rewards, no matter how long it takes. This is in it for the long haul energy. This is commitment energy. This is absolutely amazing because you have it here with the Knight of Cups, the Death, and the Two of Cups, right? Especially, and actually with the Knight of Swords, having that clarity, all right? That, just that power and authority. It's like, look at straight across the cross. I mean, this is absolutely amazing. And then actually, if you want to think about it, what's really funny is, you have 3 knights here. The word chivalry comes from the word chevalier, which literally was knight. So the word chivalrous and chivalry comes from knight. And I love that. And so again, it would be you. You need to just know. You have to have that courage. That's what knights are. You have to have that courage. You have to have that, strength, of course, but that courage and that heart and that, just that chivalry to know that you're good enough for everything that's happening and to accept everything that's happening and to know that you are on this pretty significant, life-changing week, okay? Significant life-changing week with the Death card in your future, transformation, entering this new cycle. right next to the Two of Cups. So there's going to be, for a lot of y'all, sharing this with someone else, finding your twin flame, finding your true love, or taking your relationship to the next level in some way. It's and also self love as well, and platonic friendships, like really like bro, right, or like a soul sister, right? It's all here. This is a bit. This is Cancer. I mean, you made me speechless, and that does not happen. That's how big your reading is. And so I'm very excited for you, Cancer. This is a big week for you. This is absolutely a big, it's a really big week for you. And in a really good way. But just remember, open your heart up a little, okay? Find that inner strength. Find that courage. That's what Mars and Leo is doing, okay? It's really, it's all that self-worth, self-value, knowing that you're good enough, knowing that you can have whatever you want. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe that all of that's possible. I mean, you're good. You're absolutely good. Cancer, you're amazing. Oh my goodness, 40 minutes. Okay, Cancer, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is your Cancer. This is you got me speechless. Okay, let's just leave it at that. Thanks again for being here. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, you know I love you. You know I love you. Thank you so much for being here. Happy birthday, Cancer. I'm excited for you, for you're kicking off your birthday season in this very, very powerful way. I love this for you. Cancer, thanks so much. I will see you next week. Bye bye.